Hope you guys saw the field of trucks because it is March 3rd and it is time. I selected our pair of trucks to race against each other, so as you can see, you'll see who's racing who as I say your guys' names.
March 3rd, 2013. Little YouTuber by the name of 5155 Creations created a video that would take the Diecast monster truck community by storm. The Monster Jam sign-up series, where multiple people sign up to be in a truck so they would race each other to see who would become champion. There had been many different channels that had been doing Monster Jam diecast racing for well over 10 years. Monster Truck Collector, Mac Bulldog Mac, Monster Truck Crash Fest, Monster Jam New Generation, Mini Jam, Our Time for Adventures, Monster Truck Attitude, Monster Truck Havoc, and Backyard Jam to name a few. But now, one more gets added to the list.
I'm a survivor. Fight for my life. Coming back stronger. I will arise.
And here we are. The very first event of the Funky Madness season is here. This has been hyped up for months on end. We have 48 signups all across 3 tours, and tonight we will be seeing the YouTube tour, aka Funky Madness Tour number 1, filled with many big names from YouTubers all the way to the trucks themselves. As we're going to be taking a look now at the track you'll be seeing for weeks 1 through 3. In the middle there, you can see there are 4 different ramps, all with different sizes, which means even if you take a little bit of a wrong turn, you will be tumbling. You can see crush cars there in the middle, and a straight path if anyone misses those ramps. Now as we take a look at the lineup, it'll feature Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, Monster Mutt, Thunder Roars, Dragon, Max D, Northern Nightmare, Fuel Academy, Jester, Kraken, Excalibur, parts all 3 of Toontown Fury Motorsports, Bad Company, Stone Crusher, Hooked, and Hurricane Force. Now we're going to be taking a look at the bracket here. Fuel Academy against Megalodon, Northern Nightmare against Excalibur, Stone Crusher against Thunder Roars, Dragon against Bad Company, Kraken against Gravedigger, Monster Mutt against El Toro Loco, Jester against Hook, and Hurricane Force vs Max D. But up first, Phil BKers in the Fuel Academy will be taking on Tyson Storm in the Megalodon. As now you can see there up on the top, Fuel Academy will be taking the Cyan lane, and you can see there Megalodon, driven by Tyson Storm, will be taking on in the Violet lane. Down they go, it's Megalodon with the lead at first, and a huge tumble for both. You can see both of those trucks careening towards it, like I said. Well, right now you can see there slowly Fuel Academy wending upside down, but Megalodon staying on the side. Megalodon bouncing up onto that ending ramp, but it will be enough as Megalodon moving on. Drew Peacock and Excalibur, part of Team Tomfoolery Motorsports, will be taking on Luke Duke in the Northern Nightmare. You can see their Excalibur, Team Tomfoolery Motorsports, like I said, part of the Cyan lane. And you see their Northern Nightmare, a fan favorite for the Canadians, going into the Violet lane. Down they go. It's Northern Nightmare with the lead, but Excalibur might have gotten there. Northern Nightmare with huge air there. As you can take a look now at the replay. Slowly down there, Excalibur has the lead. And then you can see their Northern Nightmare having the huge air, but Excalibur had the better momentum going in, and that will lead them to moving on. Excalibur for round 2. Javon Woodrow of Backyard Jam fame in Thunder Roars. He's going to be taking on Casual Prawn in the Stone Crusher, part of Team Sims. They'll be taking in the Cyan lane, while Backyard Jam's Javon Woodrow has an advantage there from the purple lane. They have a plan there going down. As they start to go down, Thunder Roars in the lead, and I think Thunder Roars may have gotten the best of Stone Crusher, as now we can take a look at the replay. Yes, Thunder Roars had the lead going down. You can see the Thunder Roars with the bigger air. Stone Crusher had a weird little corkscrew, which may have hindered their distance, and Thunder Roars will be moving on to round 2. Randy Wall and Bad Company will be taking on Anderson Hill and Dragon. Anderson Hill has appeared in Backyard Jam before. Randy Wall, brand new to the diecast racing scene here. You can see their Dragon taking the purple lane, and Bad Company taking the Cyan lane. Down they go. Dragon, huge lead. and that was definitely Dragon there. If you take a look at the slow-mo replay, Bad Company had a very strange backflip all the way to a tumble. I don't know what happened there. I think they might have hit the smaller, lighter blue ramp, but it will not be enough. Dragon for round 2. Bendy Mimi in Gravediggers. If we can take on another member of Team Tomfoolery Motorsports, Elliot Spiros in the Kraken. And you can see there, Kraken taking the cyan lane with that blue squid design. And we see there the black and green Wrecking Machine Gravedigger taking the violet lane. Down they go. Gravedigger drifting. Kraken, huge lead. And Gravedigger didn't even make it to the finish line. That is surprising. Gravedigger was hyped going into there, but it's not enough. Kraken is going to beat Gravedigger round 1. That is huge. I'm surprised Kraken on to round 2. Hunter Craddock in Monster Mutt. You'll be taking on Wegner Racer, a fellow YouTuber in El Toro Loco. You could see Monster Mutt, part of the Craddock team in the cyan lane. And then you could see El Toro Loco there in the violet lane. Down they go. Monster Mutt a little bit with the lead, but I think Monster Mutt may have gotten the best of El Toro Loco. As we can take a look now at the replay, Monster Mutt had a weird little tilt, and El Toro Loco same there. I think they both may have hit the bigger ramps with those side tires, but Monster Mutt will be moving on to round number 2. Frame Jam and Hooked. They'll be taking on the last of the Team Tomfoolery Motorsports, Ian Spiros in the Jester. We already saw his younger brother, Elliot, already move on with Kraken. Now Hook's going to be taking the cyan lane, while Jester will be taking the violet lane. Down they go. Jester, massive lead. This was domination from Jester. Huge air, and they make it through the back. Now we take a look at the slow-mo replay there. And Jester, massive air, making it to the side, but they managed to tilt themselves back, forwards roll, and then hitting the wall where that little gap is. Hooked is out. Jean Baptiste Broussard and the Hurricane Force have been taking on Shane Staddle in the Max D. Max D is the favorite here, obviously being a 14-time champion, but Hurricane Force will not be one to miss out on. They could be a sleeper hit this entire tour. Down they go. It's Max D. Big tumble in. Hurricane Force beat Max D. A shocking there. We're going to take a look at the replay. Hurricane Force had the lead. Max D may have lost control down in the violet lane, but then you can see there Hurricane Force hitting the finish line first. Max D with massive air. This is a massive upset. People were favoring Max D, but like I said, the sleeper hit. You can see there round 2, Megalodon versus Excalibur, Thunder Roars versus Dragon, Kraken versus Monster Mutt, and Jester versus Hurricane Force. All 3 Tomfoolery trucks are still in there, as now we see Tyson Storm and Megalodon. And speaking of Team Tomfoolery, Drew Peacock and Excalibur. You see there Megalodon going safe with the cyan lane. You can see Excalibur there taking on the violet lane. And down they go. It is relatively even, but both of them had very weird moves. You see Megalodon may have taken a backflip, and Excalibur uses the wall like a grind rail. That might be race of the night just for those interesting moves they did just to get the win, but it will be Megalodon. Anderson Hill and Dragon, taking on Javon Woodrow in Thunder Roars. Javon is a huge fan favorite and obviously a favorite to win not only this, but the entire tour. Down they go, and it's going to be Dragon. Dragon lost control there. Thunder Roars will get the win. Now Dragon tumbled there and hit the ramp with the side, but Thunder Roars had the distance better going in for them. Elliot Spiros in Kraken. He'll be taking on Hunter Craddock in Monster Mutt. Elliot Spiros had quite the easy win there against Gravedigger, and Monster Mutt had a closer race with El Toro Loco. Down they go. It's going to be Monster Mutt with the lead. Huge air and an almost a backflip for Monster Mutt. Biggest air of the night. However, it is going to be Kraken for the win, avenging Drew Peacock and Excalibur, who had lost in there. And you saw their Monster Mutts huge air to backflip. But style points won't get you there. Kraken moving on. Gene Baptist Brewster with the massive upset last round against Max D, will be taking on Ian Spiros and Team Tomfoolery. The last of them in Jester. If Jester wins this, they will be facing their younger brother, where Hurricane Force will not let that happen. Down they go. It is Jester with the massive lead. And there it is. Jester, huge air, and already dominating both of its races. And down there you can see Jester with the bigger air, but I think Monster Mutt may have gotten bigger air there. And Hurricane Force will be out. And you can see there in the semifinals, Megalodon against Thunderorus and Kraken against Jester. Tomfoolery Motorsports and the Spiros brothers facing off. But first, Javon Woodrow and Thunderorus, the favorite going in here, will be facing Tyson Storm in Megalodon. You can see there Thunderorus taking the cyan lane, while Megalodon will be taking the violet lane. Down they go, relatively even, and both of them very close race. I think that may have gone for Thunderorus, but I'm not too sure. Too close to call. As they're going to be the replay, I don't know who took that. Thunderorus may have gotten it, but now we're going to take a look at the pause. And the officials controversially calling it a draw. And now you can see there, they're going to try again. Down there, and it's going to be Megalodon with the lead. And at another very close race, but I think Megalodon may have gotten the win. That may have gotten Javon very upset. They thought they won it. A few people may have also thought Javon might have won it. But the officials called it a draw, and Javon will be out. Ian Spiros in the Jester, taking on his brother, Elliot Spiros, in Kraken. Many people were hoping for this matchup to happen, not only because of the brothership, but of the team. And down they go. Jester, massive lead. But Jester almost did a double front flip. You can see there, Jester, yes, massive lead. But it's very weird because they did a double front flip almost. And Kraken going onto the other side, hitting the barrel. And I can see there, we are now in the finals. Megalodon up against Jester. Megalodon controversially made it here, but they fought hard, and so did the Spiros brother Jester beating Kraken. You see there, Megalodon going with the all-reliable cyan lane, while violet lane there for Jester. There they down they go in the finals. Megalodon, massive lead. A very close race to end off the night. However, the winner, I think, will be Megalodon. And you can see there Megalodon doing a front flip, Jester landing backwards. And yes, it is correct. Your winner, Tyson Storm. Taking the first win not only of this tour, but of the season. You can see there Megalodon in first, Jester in second, Thunderorus third, Kraken fourth, Excalibur fifth, Dragon sixth, Monster Mutt seventh, and Hurricane Force rounding out the top 8. Thunderorus probably upset from that controversial call. Then you can see there Megalodon up on the stands. And we will want to thank you all so much for watching. This has been a long time coming. We are super excited to see what the rest of the season entails. But for now, Mikey Merton signing out.